In 1944, Nazi officers stared at a wanted poster with one name, the White Mouse. Behind that name was a woman who would outsmart Hitler and burn his empire down. Born in New Zealand, raised in Australia, Nancy Wake fled to Europe and saw fascism rise firsthand. What she did next would make her the most wanted woman alive. Paris. Nancy blends into elite parties with champagne in hand while secretly helping Jews and resistance fighters escape right under Nazi noses. Her husband, Henry Fiocca, funds her efforts. She hides radio equipment in wine cellars, maps under dresses, and fake documents in flour bags. By 1943, the Gestapo places a 5 million franc bounty on her head. Her nickname? The White Mouse, because no one could catch her. When the Nazis close in, Nancy flees to Britain. Henry stays behind and pays the ultimate price. Her grief turns to steel. Now she wants blood. Churchill's SOE trains Nancy to kill. She learns to shoot, to strangle, to blow up trains. In 1 month, she becomes deadlier than most soldiers on the front. A cold wind howls as Nancy parachutes into occupied France. Her white parachute glows under the moonlight, landing her straight in enemy territory. She leads 7 zero-resistance fighters into ambushes, sabotage raids, and supply line destruction. Her fury is unmatched and her courage unstoppable. A Nazi general slams his desk. One woman is destroying our entire route to Normandy. His officers whisper, "She's just a myth," but she's already inside their zone. Nancy rides a rusted bicycle for over 500 kilometers through Nazi territory alone, unarmed, and hunted just to restore radio contact and call in air supplies. She smuggles dynamite in flour sacks, destroys bridges, and cuts railway lines. Her sabotage halts German supply chains for entire divisions near Normandy. A Nazi patrol ambushes her team. Guns blaze. Nancy dives, rolls, grabs a soldier's rifle, and shoots her way out, leaving blood, chaos, and German dogs barking in rage. She slits throats in the dark, orders ambushes by day, and sleeps in caves by night. Fear becomes her fuel rage, her weapon. She shows no mercy. A fellow resistance leader mocks her. "You're just a woman." She knocks him out cold with a single punch, then takes command of his unit. He never questions her again. She climbs a hill at dawn and watches a Nazi convoy explode her ambush flawless. She grins. This war, for her, is now deeply personal. The Gestapo spread false rumors. That she's British, a myth, maybe even a man. But each time they guess, she strikes again louder, bloodier, closer. Once, they try to trap her with radio intercepts. Nancy switches frequencies mid-message and sends out a new code. "I'm already gone." A young soldier begs to surrender. Nancy lowers her gun. He lunges with a knife. She fires. Silence falls. This is not a story of kindness, it's war. She walks through burned-out villages, haunted by silence. Her men cheer her, but her eyes remain fixed forward. Henry's ghost still walks beside her. To rally a scattered unit, she stands on a truck, yells above gunfire, and leads a charge with grenades on her belt and fury in her heart. When a traitor leaks resistance plans, Nancy executes him herself without hesitation. The men learn, in war, doubt kills more than bullets. Her legend spreads beyond France. BBC whispers her name. Churchill's staff call her the perfect agent. Hitler demands she be caught alive or dead. One night, she intercepts Nazi documents and learns about V2 rocket sites. Within 48 hours, British bombers hit them, saving thousands of Allied lives. She radios London with one hand, fires a pistol with the other, as SS troops raid the forest outpost. She vanishes in the smoke once again. Her resistance fighters sabotage rail lines, feeding Nazi troops into Normandy. Without those reinforcements, Day's success becomes unstoppable. By June 1944, Nancy has led over 30 missions, lost dozens of men, and killed with her own hands. The line between agent and warrior is gone. She finds a wounded Nazi officer in a barn. He offers intel for mercy. She stares, silent. The next morning, only crows remain. One of her closest allies is captured and tortured. Nancy changes all their codes that night and personally leads the rescue team. The Allies break through. German command collapses. Nancy leads a final assault on a Nazi garrison, charging with fury, smoke, and silence. She walks through the liberated town square, eyes scanning rubble, breath steady. The flag of the resistance rises soaked in dust and history. But there is no victory dance. Nancy finds no trace of Henri. The man who believed in her died because of her. The pain never leaves. Back in London, medals are offered. Nancy scoffs. "You can stick them where the monkey sticks his nuts." She wasn't in it for glory. Years pass. She moves to Australia, drinks gin, hates interviews, refuses to talk about war. But when she does, everyone shuts up and listens. In her 80s, Nancy is asked how she survived. She smiles. "I was good at killing Nazis. What more is there to say?" Her enemies called her the White Mouse. But history would call her much more. A ghost, a weapon, a revolution wrapped in silk and steel. When France fell, she rose. When her husband died, she fought. And when the world forgot, she never cared. Because Nancy Wake didn't want to be remembered as a hero. She wanted to be remembered as someone who never gave up. And that's exactly who she became. A woman who fooled Hitler and changed the course of World War II. In her final years, blind and frail, she joked, "I'd do it all again," then paused. Except for the bike ride. That was hell. If you crave history that strikes like a blade and echoes through time, subscribe now and join us every week for legendary stories told in under 5 minutes. Which leader from history deserves their story told next? Comment below and help shape the future of this series. Your voice decides who conquers next. New epic shorts posted every weekday, and full historical episodes every Saturday. This is not just history. This is the war drum of time.